Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off, presented by Betr. Jack, say an intro.
Intro.
Jack's car got broken into. We talked about Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen switching teams. Is this Super Bowl more important to Jalen Hurts or Pat Mahomes? Hockey came up a lot.
Pat absolutely hates Philly fans.
Hate them. Yeah. Don't like you. If you're from Philly, screw you.
Okay, no, but keep watching, please.
But keep watching to see how much I don't like you.
Most people thought the last intro with JoJo was the most chaotic, so I was hoping to kind of get that one to be the most chaotic.
Welcome to the show.
Okay.
Welcome to the fucking show.
No, seriously, before we get into the
fuck.
show, make sure to download Betr, play Betr Picks, use promo code CAPS OFF when you do. Play the big game challenge right now. Went up to a share of $10,000. Now we get into the episode.
Wow.
That was a sick ad read.
Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off, presented by Betr.
Oh, you went with a different cadence
It's
there.
February.
Presented by
It
Betr.
is.
It's February.
That's a nice shirt.
That's weird.
I didn't see that for sale when I was there.
Well, it was certainly in the store.
I thought it was the only cool shirt that they had.
Yeah,
James and Tyko
I wanted to
got
get that
the
shirt, but I
coolest-
couldn't get the same one. I feel like
James and Tyko got the coolest merch from that Super Bowl. Have you seen Tyko's white Super Bowl
Yeah,
jacket
that
from
was-
that
yeah.
Super Bowl? Have you seen? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Oh,
about.
you're on the phone.
No, I got one of those
obviously.
spam.
I was like,
I got
I'm
one of those spam
confused.
phone calls. I kind of want to hear what they were saying in case like it was my.
I got it. Probably the coolest hat. One of the coolest hats I own is just the NFL Shield hat with the Super Bowl logo.
Nice.
On the side.
That was a
cool.
bummer. You know, just like real quick complaints. You guys always like when to complain about something.
Oh, Pat's
Good.
complaining.
Yeah.
This was
Yeah.
a very first world problem. But since I was at the Super Bowl last year, but I was there to make content, I didn't have time to go to the shop. So that sucked.
And I have a feeling the Vegas merch is probably
Probably
really
sick.
cool. Yeah.
No, I saw people with such cool.
And we were probably in the
It
casino
wasn't.
for
It
51
wasn't.
hours.
Yes, so I
wasn't.
went from.
It wasn't. It actually was horrible.
I saw someone with something really cool.
Did you get anything?
We walked through it and we're like, this is terrible. Like, well, this is awful. Which is why I
You
said
didn't think to get your pal Jack anything with his team in
you
it?
left us in battle.
I left you because my lease was ending,
But you
and I
left
had to come
in
here
battle.
first.
Sleep on my couch.
I had to come here first.
I came.
I moved to Miami first. I moved to
Jack
Betr first.
left Caps Off while we were at the Super Bowl.
No, I left you a couple of weeks before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
it was
the merch was
before.
bad. The
Yeah.
merch was
Yeah,
really
my
bad.
first week here was
There was a
last week of
sweatshirt
the
that I
regular
really
season.
liked. I remember there was one sweatshirt I saw
But
guys
it's
rocking.
overpriced.
Also,
Yeah, I
you're-
know, but like, you're at the fucking Super Bowl. Nut up, man. Like I was prepared to spend $200 on a sweatshirt.
Yeah, I think that's when you go to like a cool new golf course, a Super Bowl, like a big event, a game. You're prepared to spend, I would say, at a tops would be $150, $200.
I think
That's
you
what
should
I
be-
think 150 and 200.
I think you're minimum
are
prepared to
different.
spend 100 and then expecting it to be substantially
Like
more.
I'm prepared to spend probably $150, $200 a week because
But-
I
but
feel like
here-
the New Orleans
but-
merch is gonna be super
But here's,
cool.
Right.
but here's
So
my
cool.
issue is that I'm prepared to spend that money on something that I also think is cool, not just like
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna
shit
get a
shirt.
graphic tee and a sick hat.
They don't make anything cool anymore.
Yeah.
They genuinely don't.
No,
Because they know
started-
that they can get away
Okay,
with anything.
I will show you the hat that I saw.
But we will be
vintage.
buying something
So,
for sure. We've made it a trend to try and buy the mini
Can I get a
helmets.
hat?
Yeah, get me
right.
something. I would like a hat.
You can buy whatever you want.
Super.
I would
we
like
made it
a
a
hat.
trend to buy the mini helmet, so maybe we add
Maybe
another
a-
Super Bowl mini
maybe
helmet.
a-
Okay,
also.
here. Yeah,
Good
we need
idea.
that. So I've already seen like there's like cool shirts like that they're gonna make.
Oh, that's
see.
sick.
Like
Yeah, I
cool-
want
cool
that.
Shirts.
That's what I want. Dibs.
Yeah, but here's the thing you
can't
have to
have dibs if
remember.
you're not
They
gonna
don't
be
sell
there.
everything that you see online.
We can do a swap though. I'll get you something. You give me something from Waste
Yeah,
Management.
deal.
Jack, you have to remember they don't sell everything in the store though that they do online. That's the
They'll
other
sell
part.
more.
No,
No.
it's
No,
the
they will.
opposite.
It's a little
Wrong.
bit of both. No, there is sometimes there is more available in person that's not available online, and it's like exclusive. But it really depends on the shop you go to. You could run into a bad shop or a great shop. It depends on what they
Oh, yeah,
have
look,
stocked.
look at this hat.
Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot.
Like, you like that hat?
And make
That's
sure
a
make sure not to
sick
keep it in your
hat.
car.
Dibs.
See, there's no fucking way. I don't buy it for a second.
What do you mean you don't buy it for a second?
Yeah, enough happy
Also,
talk.
this
I like
is
what
so
Tyko
not.
tried
That's so
transitioning
not
there.
New Orleans.
You
Yeah, I
guys
know.
wanna-
Like something that nice, you probably shouldn't keep in your car.
You guys want to see something hilarious? I can't throw it on the.
Damn. You know, I tried earlier. Pat's landed.
Like something really nice.
I feel like we should talk about it.
expensive items that you wouldn't want robbers taking.
Or what about your passport?
Yeah, or like a passport. You shouldn't carry that around your backpack.
Oh yeah, no, you don't want to keep that in your backpack.
Why is
Or
this
like a
all-
laptop or an
why is this
iPad
all
or an
randomly coming
AirPods.
up right
Well,
now? I
what
don't
would you
know.
say? What is more important to not keep in your car? Your laptop, your golf clubs, your
Golf clubs keeping it in your car is a pretty normal thing.
yeah,
I'll
you
put
gotta
that
do
out there.
that. Yeah, you gotta do
just
that.
follow or your passport.
I would say passport probably number one, or what's it
Number
doing
one
in your
dumbest
car.
thing to keep
Yeah.
in it? Well, I don't keep it in my car. I keep it in my backpack.
What happened?
Where does your backpack usually go?
In my car.
Yeah.
With me in it, typically.
Okay, yeah,
No,
let's
but
cut
it's
the bullshit. What happened? What
All right,
happened?
me and Tyko's cars got broken into last night. When
So
we
broken
were
into.
just like our windows smashed, shattered.
It looked like a crime scene.
I'm
we
devastated.
literally like, let's just...
I will put a picture on the screen right now. So
picture
on screen.
I finished working out yesterday, and I'm talking to Tyko, and he's like, you want to do like dinner or like a drink or something like that? I'm like, yeah, sounds good. Let's go to Tab 42 as we were originally going to do. And I was like,
Parking.
but I don't want to have
Safer.
to find parking in what?
I felt like
He gets it. He's keep going.
Okay. Anyway, I just don't want to have to find parking in Midtown.
Yes.
So I'm like, all right, well, let's just go to Magic 13. Place is dope. It's right around the corner.
It's a great
Let's
spot.
go there. And I've never had their food. Let's try it. Sounds good.
Food's eye.
It's not right around the corner.
was-
If anyone's trying to stalk us,
Well, they shouldn't go to that place right around the corner because it's
Because that's where we got
where
robbed.
you got robbed.
you
So-
ever seen what's across the street?
Train tracks.
industrial
club.
building.
It's a.
Say it.
Can you fucking spit it
I
out?
don't know,
Sorry,
'cause
but
there he goes. He's angry.
why was he just?
No,
it's
like
very,
what-
like why were you just
I don't know,
humming?
I don't know.
It's a
Don't-
very.
don't
It's a
sidetrack.
very.
It's
Club.
no, it's the
I know,
fucking
but
ghetto,
it's-
Adam.
No, it's not. It's not really though, because it's like an
Have you
industrial
left?
park.
Have you left at 2 in the morning
Yes,
from
no,
the
I know,
office
but where
before?
we are
On
is a
Sunday
very
night?
concentrated, like industrial warehouses and like shipping facilities, and it's not like a rough. Where we exactly are is not a rough.
I'm just gonna put
area.
out there. My exit to get off the highway is MLK.
Yeah, it's
Like,
there's
and
rough
everyone
areas
knows that
around
MLK
us.
Boulevard's usually not the best place in any city.
But I am. We park here every day in this area, and we've never gotten robbed.
No,
so-
but here's the thing:
Yeah,
is
that's
we
weird.
have cameras and everything like that. What Tyko and I think realized last night is that we do work in the fucking hood, and we can't just like because we live or like we go here every single day. Like we have to remind ourselves, like we have to be safe with all our
Well,
shit.
Well, what are you supposed to do?
Just to keep
There's
this
nothing
one-
you guys could have done.
I mean,
you guys
we're-
locked your cars.
I will be
yeah,
blurring
we-
this out,
we-
but
yeah.
we're in guys.
Yeah,
We're like,
yeah, if you want to find us.
no, I blurted it out. Don't worry, they didn't hear it. But we're in literally, and as someone that grew up here, like
It's not a good
as a
area.
white man, it's got safer. But yeah, I don't know. At 2 in the morning, I've left on a Sunday after editing these podcasts,
Dudes.
or 3 in the morning, and
It's a ghost town.
dude.
Again,
are
like
some folks.
there's just an obvious area to avoid and an
No,
obvious
no,
area
no,
to
it's
stay.
not.
No,
It's
that's
not.
the
It's
whole
not.
thing. Is
Because what I'm
supposed-
explaining to you is right across the street from Magic 13 is the club, and they walk towards Magic 13 because
Yeah.
that's where the Ubers
what
are picking them
club?
up. I don't fucking
It's
know.
I've actually been
Well,
there. It was
okay.
It starts with a T.
You've been
I don't
there?
know.
I don't think people
Yeah, I
are
went
coming
there
from
once
the
randomly.
club and then hitting a lick on a backpack.
No, I don't think so either. I'm just saying that they're okay.
I think that
Anyway,
there was nothing that you guys could have done to prevent this.
No,
you
no.
guys had your car locked.
The police and the fucking ranger were like pissed at us. I feel like because they were like, "Why would you leave stuff like that in your car? You know what area you're in." Or like, I'm like, dude,
Kind of fair.
Yeah, I'm like slightly gonna give them that because bringing a backpack into a bar is a very normal thing to do.
but I don't necessarily think so. If it's just
Okay,
after
but like I've
work,
been to Magic
like,
13
couple
so
beers.
many times
Same.
without my backpack.
Correct. Yes. Like this is a place we frequent.
That's
so
and that's like the part that like kills me. I think.
yeah.
This is one of my favorite spots.
Just
Go there a lot.
as we move off
Not
of
a
it, though,
lot.
do you overnight keep your backpack in your car? Do you take
No,
it
I
inside?
take it
No,
into
no,
my
who does?
Just
apartment.
making sure. just
no one on
making
earth
sure.
does that.
Sometimes I'll keep my fucking laptop at work.
I almost always have my golf clubs in my back in my
Oh,
trunk.
mine are always.
And it's kind of just like I have accepted that is a risk. Because also fun fact, no one knows what car I have, so it doesn't matter. But my trunk just doesn't lock. Like
Oh.
no matter how much I lock my car,
Oh,
pop that bitch
scares
right
the
on
shit out
open
of me.
whenever you
should
want.
Fix that.
What am I supposed to do? It doesn't
go to the
lock.
dealership
Yeah.
and fix it.
Hey,
Yeah, but
Anyway,
I just spent
if
like
anyone wants to
2,000
give
on
me a
my
new
car, I'll
MacBook,
just-
let me know.
I'm good.
But Tyko, you're gonna pay for it, right? How
Yeah,
you gonna
with
pay
the
for it?
10K challenge.
Yeah, the big game challenge. Pat, what's the big game challenge?
Big game challenge. 6 questions for the big game this upcoming Sunday. You can win a share of $10,000 if you get all 6 questions correctly. And what's the biggest question of them all, fellas?
Is there going to be touch?
No, there won't be.
No touchback.
No
Shot.
touchback. As a reminder, if you are watching or listening right now, for every follower we gain on Caps Off's channels, YouTube, Instagram, or TikTok, that means you have to share with your friends in order to make this happen. We will put 10 cents on every follower.
We have
that
the
follows
number. We
this
know
account.
exactly how many we have.
What was the starting number?
I have it screenshotted,
So
man.
you lied.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
like,
say.
like, we do
I
know
was gonna
it.
say, did you actually?
Yeah, I screenshotted it.
Did you screenshot all 3?
No, just TikTok. I should probably do Instagram.
Well, that
yeah.
seems silly.
Yeah, you should get all three.
All right.
And then also, if you want to get a share of that prize, you need to play at least $10 of Better Picks lineups before the national anthem starts on Sunday.
It's so easy to do though. Like I don't know how. And you guys were talking about this in. You guys made your own video about this, but this is kind of been a dream for you guys.
This is quite literally handshake bets in the Better app. These are 6 handshake bets. It's the national anthem, coin flip, touchback. How long's the first touchdown going to be? How many halftime songs? And then will Saquon win the MVP?
How many halftime songs?
There's going to be 11. The last 2
10.5.
years, there's been 11. It's set at 10.5. Kendrick, I think, played 3 songs in the span of like 3 minutes when they did like all the rappers performing.
Yeah, so
that?
he's gonna wanna-
So he banged out like 3 real quick.
And he's gonna want to do all his hits. He's just
Yeah.
gonna let me go through it.
If you guys had to go right now, first song that he plays,
Something from Damn.
it's going to be Humble. I'd be so. That's the most
That
obvious
has to
start
be
song.
it. Or I would say he goes
Nobody
back.
pay
In
me.
no, I would say he goes back in his back and goes.
Yeah,
That's not even Humble.
yeah.
I would say Mad City.
No, it is. Yeah,
it
it
is.
is. I was
Yes,
thinking
it
that.
is.
Yeah, that
and
is.
Pyros and Cribs.
No, different song.
that's different.
Yeah, that's good.
That would
Kid,
be great.
Mad City.
Yeah,
I'm
that would
just-
be great.
That would actually be sick if
Mad
it came
City.
out to that.
Yeah.
Good Kid, Mad City's the album.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The song's called
that's
Mad
the
City.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think it's
talking
gonna be Mad City.
I am
That's.
thoroughly
I don't
excited.
wanna
for
see
it.
What about
Kendrick.
swimming
What?
pools?
I'm a Drake guy.
I want to see
Oh, you're-
SZA.
Kendrick's so much better.
Okay,
than Drake.
does he
Wait,
say
does
the
SZA
P word?
count
Does
for
he say the
songs?
P word?
Yes, it sounds
Yes.
as songs in the show.
Okay.
I think it'll get censored though. Like,
Does
we
he
won't
say
hear
the
it.
P word, Pat?
Oh, pedophile?
Yeah.
Are we not allowed to say pedophile?
I don't
know.
know.
It's a
It's-
bad
I feel
word.
like you can say like that, yeah.
Yeah.
not calling anyone.
He should.
He
He
totally
should, but I don't think he will. I think Drake's too in bed with, like, big
Apple?
Hollywood facts and those people, like the big Hollywood guys.
Kendrick
it's
might
like-
get.
I think
at
Apple
halftime.
prefers Drake to Kendrick. So, and I don't know
Yeah.
if you know, but Apple puts on the halftime show every year. So,
Oh, I did not know
Oh,
that.
did not know that.
yep.
And you think Drake and Apple are
You're an Apple.
sleeping?
You're an Apple
Yeah,
whore.
yeah.
So you
Well,
would
literally,
know.
Are you an Apple
as-
Music guy? You're definitely an Apple
course
Music
he's
guy.
I'm an Apple Music
Oh my
guy,
God.
yeah.
I
friends
think
with
Apple
Adam.
Music people are just trying to be cool. and
You're an
different.
Apple Music guy too.
it just flows seamlessly into the ecosystem.
It is so much worse than Spotify.
I mean,
It's
I
really
agree
not.
I
with
don't
that.
disagree
Okay.
with that.
Yeah.
You're
You're
just
but
already in
also
bed
just-
with it.
I say you're also just used to it, and you have all your playlists. You're not
Yeah,
gonna switch.
like I'm,
Yeah, I would never switch either, so I get
Yeah.
it. But
at what
it's-
point
But
do we
also
merge?
Spotify is
At what
objectively
point
much
do we
better.
merge?
Never.
Never. Yeah.
That would ruin the industry.
I don't need that.
Let's talk football.
That's what we're here for, eh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Still can't believe all our shit got fucking stolen.
That blows,
Tyko.
fellas. Yeah,
I'm
put
sorry.
a bow on it. There's nothing worse than that kind of thing
I just had to
happening. and then
expedite.
needing
Like I had to
control.
expedite a passport.
Yeah.
You guys want to laugh quickly
You know
before
what-
we
how
go
much
into
it
it?
is to get
I'm
a
not
You
going
told
to
me
put this on
600.
camera, but I think this is worthy of a laugh.
Talk to me.
Hold on. Allow all cookies. Look who's on the cover of Las Olas magazine, Las Olas Lifestyle
What's Las
magazine.
Olas?
It's a place in Fort Lauderdale.
Ira.
Who's Ira?
Adam's stepdad.
Hey, I know that guy.
It's just,
Good for him.
it's very.
He's so sorry. He's so gay.
Yeah, no, he's really gay.
He's
My
so
dads are gay.
gay.
If you
I
didn't know
love
that,
it.
my dads are super gay.
What's he on there for?
I have no idea. 6 game changers.
But like, look at the pics. He's just so gay.
If that doesn't tell you that is.
you could tell he hated being in that photo shoot.
No,
though.
I think he loved it.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh
Whatever.
my
He sent it in my
gosh.
family group chat. I'm the only one that gave a ha-ha. Everyone
Dude,
liked it.
my
no one's
favorite.
afraid to speak their piece.
I don't know if my favorite thing with Ira was when he did the jersey swap with us at your wedding,
Oh, yeah.
or when he tried to prove to me that he wasn't that gay by like drilling Miller Lights to me before the Dolphins game. Like he was drinking more than me. It was
It's a good argument.
Yeah,
I just hammering Miller Lights.
yeah. He's like, Jack, I'm not as
I don't
gay
know if
as
that
you
means
think.
you're
And
not.
I'm like, all right, hell yeah, Ira. Let's go.
All right. We got a good episode. Kind of.
Sorta.
Sort of.
I
Not
think it's a
really.
great. You guys can't sell us short like that. Why the fuck would anyone keep listening?
It
if you guys
sucks.
both go, we got a great episode, and you go, I don't think so.
Well, no,
No,
because I
it's-
think
it's ass.
because I'm afraid what's going to happen is there will be some arguing between Pat and I through one of them, and
think so?
that's why it's
I think we got a great episode. Look, football's winding down. We have to manufacture things to talk about. That's how
Manufactured
she goes.
touches.
I apologize for everyone that's listening. That was officially 2 minutes from the time Pat said, "Let's talk football." No, starting to talk
sorry,
football.
Exactly.
So what are you guys' thoughts? No.
Did you guys know that Better's literally giving away money right now?
Why would they do that?
Jack, it's because they want people to use Better Picks. So new users, if you download Better and play Better Picks, your first entry is matched up to $250. But what's the best part, Jack?
You can get that win or lose.
Win or lose.
You
So it
don't
doesn't
have
matter.
to win.
Don't have to win. Don't have to lose. Either way, you're going to get money up to 250. So if you put 250 on your lineup and you win, you get the money that you won and you still get 250 more.
It's so easy to use. All you have to do is pick more or less on your favorite NFL players this weekend, and you could turn your knowledge into some real money.
I mean, there's over 1 million people that have already downloaded and used the app already. You might as well join them.
It is as simple as picking 2 players, more or less.
And the other part to it is everyone is always commenting on our takes, our thoughts, saying that they know more ball than us. Well, now's your chance. Now's your time to turn your knowledge into real money.
We have a feature lineup every single day. You can see what we place. If you want to fade it, maybe you'll make money. Maybe we don't know ball.
I know ball.
So make sure to download Betr, play Betr Picks, use promo code CAPSOFF when you do. Join all the winning users today. And let's make some money this NFL playoffs. So yeah, this has been going around. Part of my take was talking about it, I believe with Nick Wright.
Competitor.
And they were talking about if Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes switched teams, who would have more chips? Mahomes on the Bills, Josh Allen on the Chiefs. Who has more chips right now? I don't even think it's a question. I think it's Josh Allen. You have Andy Reid to develop him. You have more talent. And yes, for the first couple
we're talking
of
from the jump.
Yeah, from the jump. It's not right now. Like, it's through
you
these
saying, like,
7
dollars?
years.
Oh, yeah, I think whoever Andy Reid develops is going to be a dog.
I also think
That's
they've had the
essentially,
better defense, right? I mean, I guess the Bills' defense has
The
been pretty
Chiefs
good.
Bills
team
are
has
better.
been 10 times better than the Bills over
Yeah.
the last 7 years.
Yeah.
As a whole organization. I think also what we saw in the Bills-Chiefs game, I think it would be Josh Allen on the Chiefs would have more than Mahomes on the Bills because it is coaching. Coaching
I'd
is...
say it's only Andy Reid.
It
That's the
is
only
Andy
reason.
Reid. Coaching means everything. Like we said when we were screaming at one another.
Uh-huh.
The third down play call, Samaje P. Ryan alone on the left side of the field
Andy
on third
Reid.
down, easy conversion. Mahomes has to. I could have made the
Well,
throw.
think about
That's all Andy Reid.
Josh Allen's had so many different coordinators. Who's his coordinator this year?
What was the play call on
Joe
Josh
Brady.
Allen's third down? A screen to Amari Cooper, who
Yeah.
had not caught a ball
He's
in the
had,
last
he's had Joe
12
Brady,
drives.
Ken Dorsey, fucking Brian Dable. Like, Josh Allen's had so much change in
Yeah.
offense coordinators. Is still a dog. So if you just stick him with, remember when they had Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid? That whole
Well,
shit.
now they have Matt Nagy. Like, it doesn't matter what the fuck you put there.
Well, I mean, this was like the worst the
coordinator.
offense has looked in a while.
yeah.
But like, I mean, yeah, I think whoever went into that system with Andy Reid and the Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Kareem Hunt, everyone that they had in Kansas City at the time and that year, it was always going to be whoever they got.
I
was gonna be a
will
star.
argue, though, and now I'm going to just like try to make the other side of the token here. Pat Mahomes is that much better than everyone. Like,
See,
there's
that's
something.
my question, though. Is he?
I
If
think
you-
so. No, there's something to being great, and yes, coaching does a lot. But when plays need to be made and drives need to be scored, Pat Mahomes is able to do something
You know
that people
you know
aren't.
what the thing is with that though is that he didn't do that in college. They never won a bowl game. Texas Tech when he was there. He never won a bowl game. Like, he never won an
Yeah,
important game.
But if you strip away the championships, like, right, and we just look at pure
I mean,
talent.
well,
No, but
that's a
no,
lot to strip away.
because that's what we have to do.
Just let's strip away 3 titles, 4 Super Bowl
Yeah, because the
appearances.
argument is
7
if you
straight
put one
AFC
or the other on the other
championship
team. What do you mean?
appearances.
If I look at them for who they are, pure talent and what they can do on the football field, like, I don't think it's as easy as saying Patrick Mahomes is definitely a better quarterback than Josh Allen. He has the chips, and he's been clutch, and he's gone to 3 Super Bowls, so naturally we gravitate towards that. But if you strip
that's
away the
kind of
chips...
what
That's
But,
you
I'm
measured
asking
on.
you
I
to
know,
strip away
those
the
things
chips
you just said
and
are-
look at them for who they are, face value. Can you make an argument for Josh Allen to be a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes, regardless of Super Bowls?
No.
Sure. Yes,
Regardless
no,
of
you can.
winning.
But what you just said is basically like regardless of intangibles, like of the clutch factor, of the ability to lead guys when you need to,
And
of the
that-
ability to like
and
block
that's
out all
reason
the
Mahomes
noise.
is that guy.
There's intangibles from what I know, all of my quarterback analysis, intangibles are just as important as the tangibles.
I don't disagree with you, but I think Josh Allen, that's why I believe Josh Allen on the Chiefs would have more Super Bowls than Patrick Mahomes, because I think they are closer in talent level than they are in winning level.
I get what you mean. The problem I have with this argument in general is that, like, the only Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes that we know are the current versions of themselves. So let's just say if you swap them right now, not even thinking about development wise, like just
Like who
how
wins
they
more
are
Super
right
Bowls
now.
from here on out
Just
if they
from
switch
here on
teams?
out, trade them right
Josh
now.
Allen by a million.
It's not even close.
It's Josh Allen by a million.
I don't think so. I
Dude,
think
the
I
Bills-
think that's a difference.
Look at the fucking people that are around Josh Allen in that offense. Like even look, the Chiefs.
Dude, Mahomes, they traded Tyreek Hill, and all of a sudden he's made it to the Super Bowl 3 straight years.
I
I know,
know,
but
the greatest receiving tight
They
end
still
of
have
all time.
Travis Kelce, and then also people forget this year, like Rashee Rice went down, Marquise Brown was hurt all year, and then the Chiefs still went out and got D-Hop to give him another piece. Xavier Worthy was developed.
Who the
better.
fuck did the Bills go get? Amari
have
Cooper?
Curtis Samuel.
Amari
Khalil
Cooper.
Shakir, Amari Cooper that they've just like not chosen to use. They traded for him and then don't use him. And then Keon Coleman, a rookie they drafted and haven't figured out how to
Dalton
use.
Kincaid.
And Dalton Kincaid, a great weapon. Doesn't seem to be that involved. It's the coaching doesn't know how to use players, and the teams. They each know how to build, like the Chiefs know how to build a team so much better than the Bills, and the Chiefs know how to use their talent so much better than the Bills.
Better coaching across the board.
I also think the Chiefs are not afraid of adding talent around their quarterback, who is already the best quarterback in the NFL, whereas it feels like the Bills, for some reason, just decided to trade anyone away right when they got rid of Diggs. Like, why wouldn't we replenish it? Why wouldn't we try and add talent around fucking Josh Allen? Like, it bothers me.
It was also frustrating.
Me.
I saw like a tweet that pissed me off, and I was like, "That's a great point." James Cook had less than a 50% snap share in the conference championship game.
Made no sense.
That's crazy.
Why is he playing less than 50% of the snaps?
fucking
That
dumb.
is the second best player you have on offense.
Yeah.
Why is he not a focal piece of that offense?
Or according to Jack Sodge, Deion Dawkins, so maybe we put him back there.
Yeah, I know, but I'm talking skill position. Like
I know
Deion
that.
Dawkins is not going to come off the field.
Obviously.
You're going to use him the same way every
course.
play. But James Cook getting less than 50% of the snaps for Ray Davis
Seems
and Ty
dumb.
Johnson. Ty Johnson got a fucking
Ty Johnson's been
carry
around the
on the
league.
last drive of the game.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Immediately set that drive back. Josh Allen had to convert on 3rd and long to get that drive even to the point that it did. But that's coaching and team is the problem. So to wrap it all up, if you put Mahomes on the Bills and Josh Allen on the Chiefs, Josh Allen is the best quarterback of all time.
I just don't know, because if you traded them right now after this year, I still think Mahomes has those intangibles to whoever the fuck you put around him. It doesn't matter, because he's developed and gotten to this point of eliteness and just success and talent that it doesn't matter who you put around him coaching anything. Like,
All right,
he
I have
will
a question
succeed.
for you.
He will lead you to
Let me go
victory.
real quick, though. I hope that Mahomes pulls a Brady and goes to a different team in 2037 so that we can analyze what we did with Brady. Like, was it Brady or Belichick? And then Brady left and fucking balled out at 40
I don't
years
think
old.
Andy Reid's going to coach Mahomes' entire career. He's getting old.
No,
He's getting real old. But
You
I
think
just
he'd
hope
walk away
Mahomes-
from the best quarterback of all time?
I think he's just going to walk away whenever he
it's-
feels like he has to from football.
Yeah, I was going
Like,
to say, at some point, I don't even know if it's about walking away. It's about being wheeled out.
Okay, that just
Now you're
seems
just being mean to Andy.
Yeah.
That's just facts. You get older, you lose your ability to walk.
Is this a fat thing? Is it because he's fat too?
No, it's because he's old
He's also a big
and
fella.
fat.
and old.
So it's both of them. Just
No,
say
yeah, it is.
because he's fat and
It
old.
actually had nothing. Like, there was no part of my brain that was saying because you're fat, you can't walk out. But now that you
I was
point that
thinking-
out,
I
yeah.
certainly think his knees will go quicker than Tom Coughlin's knees went.
I have a question because I've gotten into this debate many, many times, and we're talking about talent and coaching. What's more important, talent or coaching?
Coaching.
And at what point, what's that percentage look like? Because I've always believed that it's 60 coaching, 40 talent. I believe coaching is slightly more important than talent, but I've gotten into this argument with someone I will not name many, 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 many fucking times about if you take the most talented team in the NFL with the absolute worst coach in the NFL and then put them with the least talented team in the NFL with the best coach, like hands down best coach, and I guess in this point it's Andy Reid. What does that look like throughout the course of the season?
I think
Is it
it's
a blowout? Like, I
think it's so easily coaching.
think it's
It is,
coaching.
and the most obvious, clearest example of what the split is and why
Sam
coaching
Darnold.
is more important than talent. No, it's the Commanders and the Bears of this last season. The
Yeah.
Bears clearly had more talent on that
that's
roster.
such a good
There's
example.
there's
Thank
no
you.
no one would argue with you that the
Thank
Bears had
you.
a more talented roster than the
I'm
Commanders.
clipping this
But
out.
fucking Eberflus was the head coach. Who was your Shane Waldron was the OC.
Look at Tyko.
And it was a disaster in Chicago. Whereas in Washington, you have Dan Quinn, proven winner, been to Super Bowls. You have Cliff
Bowl.
Kingsbury. Super Bowl. Cliff, no, because wasn't he with the Seahawks when they went to
Oh,
their
he
Super
was?
Bowls?
Correct.
Wow.
No,
So
good pull, good pull.
And then Cliff Kingsbury, a proven offensive guru. Which team played better? The one with less talent and better coaching.
Which team won 5 games?
And which team won 12?
And which team went to the NFC Championship?
Yeah,
Jack
so
was
that
also
to me is coaching and talent.
Unbelievable example.
Yeah.
Jack was also alluding to it, the Vikings, Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
written
it.
off
and the Jets, yeah.
and the Jets.
Who
Exactly.
who are his coaches? Adam Gase.
Adam
Tom
Gase was
Brady.
one of them. Todd Bowles. Yeah, just a who's who
See,
of
the
QB
argument that
whisperers.
he always this person always would make to me back would be this is what he would say. Who's the most talented team in the NFL? Before this year, I would say the 49ers.
Yeah.
And then he said, okay, take the worst coach in the NFL. In this case, it was maybe like Dennis Allen at
Yeah.
the time. Take Dennis Allen. How many wins is that
10
team
and
having?
7.
That's what I said. I was
Yeah.
like, they're not winning as many. And then if you take the best coach team with the least amount of talent, I think they're like closer to 500. But my issue was,
mean,
it's
if
not like
you-
I'm saying it's a 90-10 split. I think 60-40 coaching slightly matters. If you have that perfect mix, right, where you have a coach that could take some level of talent and win then that's the split you want. Because the Dolphins are an example for me personally. Because
was gonna say that.
the Dolphins had, on paper, whether you like them or not, whether you say they're old or not, they had a lot of fucking talent.
Yep.
And they had a horrible coach that couldn't manage that talent.
Same with the
and
Jets.
they were pretty fucking mid.
You guys are
Jets
Same with
had
the
a
Jets.
talented roster. No
Bingo.
one argued that. The
Bingo.
Jets roster was
the
stacked
worst,
with
and
talent.
the worst part about it, you were saying too, is that everyone was healthy.
Yeah, everyone was healthy.
I at
We
least had the
had a
injury
couple
thing.
injuries, but nothing
had
to Garrett
injuries.
Wilson, nothing to Aaron Rodgers, Breece Hall. It's just coaching is quite literally.
And
I would almost say like 75%.
I've always said
I
this
don't
with,
hate that. I don't hate that. I think coaching is so fucking important in the NFL. It's less important in the NBA. I think so.
Well, yeah,
I
guess.
don't know basketball enough. To
I don't
say
know
that.
ball. I'm not going to pretend.
I
would say baseball. It's the least important. in my
No, well,
opinion.
just situationally.
I know, but it's like
No, it's
I'm going to go to my
definitely-
best arms in stressful
Yeah,
situations.
essentially,
That's really
yeah.
it. And
I-
who am I pitch hitting?
Going back to like the coaching in the NFL, I wanted to talk. You guys are in a groove, so I was just kind of like waiting it out
Yeah.
a little bit.
Let's hear it.
No, I've very much always been. I think especially, and this is maybe you guys are talking about teams. I want to talk about just like player development. Player development is the most important thing a coach
Yes.
can have, I think, and that's when you see like in Andy Reid the reason why I think whoever they drafted in that draft, whether it was Mitch Trubisky, whether it was Patrick Mahomes, was going to come out and be a stud. If you switch Mitch Trubisky and Patrick Mahomes, I've always believed this. If you put Mitch on the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes on the Bears, Patrick Mahomes is a failure.
No.
He is, and I fully
Not a
believe.
failure.
No, like, can I go?
Not a failure.
I let you guys talk. I'll let you guys talk. I fully believe, and Tyko knows I'm correct too. If Patrick Mahomes was on the Bears with Matt Nagy and all that shit that was going on, I do not think he would be a perennial like Pro Bowl quarterback. I think he would be an average quarterback at best. I think Mitch Trubisky had all the talent in the world. There's a reason he got selected second overall. There's a reason that no one batted an eye that he was picked above Patrick Mahomes at the time.
Not Mahomes. It was Watson was
It
the
was
one that
Deshaun
people
Watson.
wanted
That was
on the
the
field.
field.
Yeah.
It
Why are we
was-
doing this to me right now?
But I'm just saying, everyone thinks Mitch sucks balls, and that's because he was thrown into a horrible situation in a horrible franchise with the Bears. If he
I feel
goes
like
to
you're
the
piling
Chiefs,
on.
if he go no, but think about how perfect of a situation Patrick Mahomes got to go into his first
Yeah.
year in the league. You get to sit behind a quarterback, a veteran in Alex Smith, who's a proven winner, been to a Super Bowl.
I was
all
also
that.
going to say Alex Smith, another example, like really average on the 49ers, goes to the Chiefs, and he's
oh
awesome.
well, he started being good on the Niners this last couple of years. but then
Yeah, I guess
was
Kaepernick kind of stole it from him because of the injury. Yeah.
But anyway, like goes to the Chiefs, and you sit behind Alex Smith, who's a proven winner, a veteran quarterback, a guy that's a great game manager, doesn't make mistakes. You got Andy Reid, you got Travis Kelce, you got Tyreek Hill, you got fucking Kareem Hunt. You have all these guys around you to help you succeed. Eric Bieniemy, like all these guys to help you succeed. Whereas Mitch Trubisky had fuck all. Like he just was thrown into the wolves. And that's why I think situation matters more than anything. And coaching and situation as a rookie quarterback is literally everything. And it sucks because you can't do anything about it.
I don't even know how to get a good head coach into
know
my
what's
team.
funny?
Like I feel like they're all taken, and they're
You wanna know
not.
what's-
You don't make them anymore.
You want to know what's funny is also so many of these rookie quarterbacks naturally fail because they're with these first-time head coaches. Like, think of that correlation there. Like,
Also the
it's
Jets,
so
man.
unfortunate.
Like the Jets.
I'm not, but like I'm not.
I know,
piling on the
but it's a
Jets. I
clear
just-
example
Yeah,
of
it's a
just
clear
like we've been
example.
trying to develop a quarterback since Mark Sanchez was our last great quarterback, and that's saying so much. But we've been trying to develop Geno Smith, Sam Darnold, Christian Hackenberg, Bryce Petty,
Christian
Zach
Hackenberg.
Wilson.
Hackenberg.
Yeah, I'm name dropping now.
Jesus, Penn State.
Yeah,
Holy
and
fuck.
that we took him in the second round.
He was actually supposed to be
shit.
dog.
He was supposed to be
Yeah.
a dog, and we've had 6 quarterbacks come through the Jets in the last 10 years, and not a single one of them has shown signs of life
Dude.
because we've never had a coach to develop them.
I feel the same exact way.
Yeah.
I saw a wide receiver and said, "Yeah, you could play quarterback."
Yeah, who
Ryan Tannehill.
he was?
Well,
he was
he-
fun.
Dude,
He wasn't good until he went to Tennessee.
with coaching,
fair.
with
Yeah,
the
that is
right
fair.
coaching,
Yeah.
in the right system, where you just said, "Give the ball to Derrick Henry and carry me to the fucking number 1 seed."
Was forgotten.
But he
about by
could
me.
throw. He could throw.
He
He
was
was
a wide
good.
receiver at Texas A&M, then became a quarterback
Yeah.
in his sophomore year, I believe it was.
He
which,
was-
which is a
Yo,
crazy transition.
also
I feel
though-
like it's usually the opposite.
He was good though.
He was okay. He was
He was
average.
good in college. There's a
Is
reason
he still in
got
the
drafted
league?
on it.
I'm
Did he
sorry.
have a backup role
No,
this
he
year?
he retired.
He did. There was
I
a
don't
point.
think he formally retired.
Last
just don't
year,
think
I
he got a
remember
job.
being like, I would take Ryan Tannehill right now after Aaron Rodgers went down. I was fiending for some Tanny.
Hey, the Dolphins fans wanted Ryan Tannehill back.
Yeah.
After
my
we lost,
God.
and that didn't work out. So,
It's it's coaching over talent 10 out of 10
Yeah,
times.
every time. Tycho, like, what do you think would have happened if you guys got Patrick Mahomes? Back to that, because I'm curious. With
We
Bears
would have
fans.
gone 8-8 for the rest of eternity.
Like,
Like,
he would've
that's
been-
all
he
I have.
would've
That's
been-
all I have. Like I
He
actually
would
don't
have been
think.
fine.
Yeah, like we would have been a fine team. We wouldn't have won a Super Bowl by now. We might have won in 2016, maybe a Super Bowl. Maybe gone to the game at least.
You guys what I think?
No
with
doink.
That team, you would have gone to it.
Well, the thing with Mahomes and like Texas Tech, like
that.
I'm sure he was just a gunslinger. He was just
dude,
yucking the
did
ball
you-
downfield.
watching those tech teams were fun as fuck.
So
He
all
would
those
just-
bad habits that he developed at Texas Tech would have just stayed in Chicago.
Well, I mean, you know, his coach
Andy
was
Reid,
there, right?
Andy Reid beat it the hell out of him. Said, "You're not making these dumb mistakes,
Cliff?
or you're not going to start."
I don't know,
at
man.
quarterback
Matt
for me."
Nagy was there. Maybe they had some magic.
Yeah, sure, man. We'll stop being mean to Tyko
I want to
now.
pivot to another Super Bowl conversation,
Please.
which is this past weekend. I think it was like on Thursday, actually.
It was weak.
Huh?
I think it was like 2 days ago.
Was it?
Yeah.
The Cam Newton dilemma.
Yeah.
So Cam Newton pretty much said that
Loser.
he was asked if he'd trade his MVP award for a Super Bowl, and he said, "I'm taking individual success because I did my job." Point is, Cam Newton is not trading his MVP
That is so
for Super
embarrassing.
Bowl. Doesn't shock me. You didn't jump on a fumble in the fucking
I mean,
Super Bowl.
I
You're
think
a piece of shit.
that's the dumbest thing of all time because if you're a quarterback, you're not measured by MVPs. You're measured by Super Bowl rings.
It's
Get a
also
fucking Super Bowl
it's
ring.
the dumbest thing to me as a guy who made it to the Super Bowl and lost.
Yeah.
I could maybe understand this thought process if you were never really close to hoisting the Lombardi.
He was right there.
He was in the Super Bowl.
You jump on that fumble, you win.
Oh man,
I
that is
also
the
think,
worst
like,
take of
I think,
all time.
And I could be getting this wrong, but I think there was a part to his logic that was talking about legacy. And if you want to have a conversation about legacy, you are a quarterback, and therefore you win a Super Bowl. That is the most important thing for your legacy.
And
winning
now-
an MVP as a quarterback is not legacy.
And now Cam Newton's legacy, like I will always remember the Cam Newton MVP year. It was fucking awesome.
He was so sick.
Now in my mind, Cam Newton's fucking legacy is him trying to bitch and moan to start for irrelevant franchises at the time. Like it's him just going
I
team
just
to
see
team trying to do that
misspelled
shit.
letters in weird.
I just see weird
hieroglyphic-
outfits is his legacy
Hats
to
with
me.
with holes
Silly-
cut in them.
Silly looking outfits.
Yeah,
is
can
how
we
I
talk
think
about
of
that
him.
for a second? Who the fuck? Like, why is that allowed?
I don't know. It's his
Got a
look.
lot of hair.
I guess.
No,
I think,
but it's just like-
I think it actually looks kind of good.
Imagine if you are
He
the,
looks like
the owner
you
of the
guys,
hat company.
Did you guys ever play Webkins back in the day?
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
You know the curio shop?
No.
You don't remember Gems? Someone,
Yeah, the
someone
Gems
back there
guy,
remember.
yeah.
He looks like a guy who would work at the curio shop selling you gems.
If I saw it, I'd
You would
probably
know. You would
'cause I
know.
was
I'll pull
a
'em
huge
up.
Webkins kid.
I just think
Then
it's
how do you not
insane to
remember
me
the curio
because
shop? 'Cause
when
I
it
don't
comes to an
remember
MVP,
It was fun. They were fun games.
Pull up the curio
what's
shop.
insane to
doing
me
it.
is like naturally, if I would understand this if you were any other position.
I got it, Pat.
Any other position, you're a wide receiver. Yes, MVP is legacy, but Super Bowl is legacy for one position and one position only.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
I,
That guy was a
I'm
dog,
trying to
literally.
remember what did you
he
do
was a
there.
friendly fella.
What
You buy G, you buy Gems.
What I was gonna say was like, "Welcome to the curio shop," something like that.
Pat's got a weird memory. bro. It's, like, really
The
good.
first thought that came to my mind is whose legacy 20 years from now are we going to be more impressed by, Cam Newton's or Russell Wilson's?
I think Russell Wilson's.
Because he went to Super Bowls. He was never the best quarterback in the league. He was never an MVP candidate. Maybe he was an MVP
He was
candidate
MVP
for a couple
candidate,
years.
couple-
He had
yeah.
2 or 3 years that he was an
Ooh,
MVP
that's a
candidate.
scary-
But I'm going to look back and you're more impressed with what Russell Wilson did with the Seahawks than you are with what Cam Newton did with the
And,
Panthers.
Okay,
and
but
Russ
hold
never
on,
really
let
had
me-
a huge fall off.
But
like
let me
Cam
counter
either.
that because I think yes, maybe 20 years from now, we'll think of Russ's Super Bowls. I won't necessarily think of Cam Newton's MVP, but what I will think of is his impact on the game as a mobile quarterback, as a dual threat
I
quarterback.
thought you were
And
gonna
to
go
me,
with-
that's a little bit different from a legacy who we're
Yeah.
gonna remember perspective. Russ, I don't actually think we're gonna remember, but
Oh, I
from the
think-
Super Bowl perspective,
We're always going to remember Lee
compared to
Benson, I
Cam,
think.
I think you're going to think of dual threat quarterbacks, Cam Newton. That's because that's where the NFL is going. So that is
So
tough.
I almost don't agree with that because Cam is more Josh Allen than Lamar Jackson. Like,
Yes.
just big guy who can run.
Yeah.
Like, I think
that's
RG3
stature.
was really the first quarterback
I think it was
I'm running the damn
It
ball.
was RG3 and Colin Kaepernick. Those are
Yeah.
like
that was the
low-key
first time
two.
I started hearing RPO all the time.
That was when people like that was.
But
I
no
remember
one-
that watching SportsCenter and they had a segment dedicated. How do you
is-
stop the RPO?
But
how do
RG3
you
didn't
stop
have the
this?
success of Cam Newton.
Yeah, he did. His rookie year.
You
He
wanna
was
know how,
fucking
Brody?
insane. He just got hurt.
What?
Cam
No,
Newton
I know.
how?
Obviously, longevity wise.
You want to know how to stop the RPO?
How do you stop it, Tyko?
Assignment football, baby.
Yeah.
Get a hat on a hat.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Tyko
Hat on a
wants to be
fucking
a
hat.
high school football coach so bad. That's what you were made to
The
do.
other thing on Cam Newton's legacy, his Heisman Trophy winning season is one of the best Heisman's ever won.
that specific season,
Yeah.
how when they
That's
won
his
the Natty
legacy.
and everything, that's what. When I think of Cam Newton, mostly I think of him at Auburn.
Me
I don't
too.
think of him on the Panthers
Because
so much.
that,
I think
like,
of
he
him.
had nobodies on that team. There's not a single person from that team that you know still in the NFL that had a career after him.
They had that one defensive tackle who was fucking awesome. What was his name? Nick. His name was Nick.
Second,
Right?
I kind of know who you're talking about.
Nick.
Long, he on offense though, it was Cam Newton and
Tyko.
a bunch of guys who know how to run and catch.
If you tell me
That
what his
team had
last name
no
starts
talent.
with, that D tackle,
looking.
I actually do know who you're talking about, Jack.
I wish we had like a monitor in here.
he was dominant
That
as
would be
I
a
want
fuck.
to
good
see
idea. I'm
like
sure we
a
can make that
TV on the
happen.
wall. I feel like right here, a TV
pretty
on the
easy
wall.
to make
what was
happen.
his, bro, this is sorry.
Nick Fairley.
Yeah,
Nick Fairley.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's what I was
him,
thinking
dude.
of.
I thought he went to,
He
like,
was
Virginia Tech.
unbelievable.
No, he was Auburn, right?
He was a game wrecker, bro. He was the only other guy on that team that did fucking anything.
But again,
Anyway,
just back to
sorry.
Cam Newton, like that's just ultimate loser talk. Like you're really into yourself and don't give a shit about the guys around you. Like I'm sure all the guys that played with him would have loved to win a Super Bowl instead of him winning the MVP.
Yeah.
That's pretty selfish.
I mean, maybe there's a reason he never won one. Like,
Makes you think. Makes you wonder.
I just think that's a dumb way to look at things, especially if you're a quarterback. If you're other positions, totally different. If you win an MVP as a running back or a wide receiver, that's remembered forever.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
As a quarterback, it's a fucking quarterback award at this point anyway. You were the best quarterback this year. Fucking whoop-de fucking
Bro,
do.
if
Congrats.
Cooper Kupp wins the MVP that year over his Super Bowl, he is way more remembered than that Super Bowl. No one is
Well,
attributing.
he's Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah, but no one is
Triple Crown.
Yeah, but no one is attributing. I don't think anyone, when it's all said and done, is going to attribute Cooper Kupp, the legend, because of
yeah.
the Super Bowl that he had with Matt Stafford and the Rams. But they are going to attribute who he is and what he will be remembered as because of the Triple Crown season, which was one of the most impressive. And that's my point, right?
I was
It's like
gonna
it's
say,
when you're
did
that
you
position.
remember that he won Super Bowl MVP?
No, I don't. I
Exactly.
thought it would have been Stafford.
Yeah.
Oh, I got nothing.
Oh, I was just curious.
I got something that you might have something.
This espresso hasn't kicked in yet.
Yeah, mine's kicked in for sure. This has
what do
been
you got?
one of my favorite conversations that we've had, and I think we've done this every single year on Caps Off.
You
around
know what
this
I
time.
say. I know what you say to this. I want to see what Tyko and Pat say to this. What's the hardest championship to win in sports, boys?
You guys have done this
What's
one.
the
Football.
hardest championship to win
It's
in both?
football, and I think Tycho's trying to turn on
Are
a
we
camera
saying,
right
are we
now.
saying
need a chair.
professional?
I need a chair.
Oh, Tyko's
I
getting
think me
up.
and Tyler
If
are
we're gonna
gonna
do
agree,
this,
too.
well, just
Yeah, I think
maybe
me and Tyler are
put your
gonna
paper
agree
in
as
your phone,
well.
put your phone.
So Adam thinks football. I think March Madness.
So can I make my argument first, maybe?
Well, my vote would be the Stanley Cup.
I think that's what you guys are both going to say.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
think
why I
I'd
wanted
probably
you
go
guys.
Stanley
So
Cup
okay,
as
I'm
well.
gonna poke a hole in that for me personally.
And this
because
is
the number
team
one.
sports, not
No, you
individual.
do your argument first.
I think
of why you think it's the Super Bowl.
I think the Super Bowl is the
dumbest
hardest
argument
championship to win in sports, in American sports, because I would say the World Cup. Can we just, before I go into that?
I wouldn't agree with that either.
Okay, to me, I think that's like the hardest thing.
World
The
Cup's
best
probably up
players,
there. Yeah.
way
Definitely.
more, bigger pool. Anywho, I think the hardest
whole
championship to win in American sports is the Super Bowl because it's the same reason that it's the hardest and yet it could be the easiest. Is because you have 4 fucking games to win. Anything could absolutely happen, and there's weather
That's what
as a
makes it easier.
variability. Right, that could change. Like any given fucking Sunday, anything could happen. So the fact that on one day you could have a team like the Commanders go and beat the Detroit Lions, who was the best team in football. That to me is why it is so hard, because anything could go wrong at any given moment. When it's a 7-game series in baseball, in hockey, in
That's why
basketball,
it's harder to
the
win that
best
series.
the best team is naturally going to come out on top. It doesn't always happen,
Not in
but the best
hockey.
team is
Let me get
naturally
cooking,
going
and
to
then
come
I'll
out on
just
top.
poke all the
And then when it
holes.
comes to hockey, the reason people are going to say the NHL is the hardest is because the physical
Joe Thornton
toll,
played on
which I
torn
understand.
ACL
The physical toll I
final.
understand. But because it is a 7-game series and there's more players, I believe that it is harder to win in the Super Bowl.
There's okay.
Wait,
real
can I-
quick,
can I give-
Your
wanna
line
poke-
changing every minute.
I want to let's poke holes in his argument first, and then you get to give your argument. Then we
Okay.
poke holes in yours.
I want to poke holes because I think
Yeah.
the fact that you just said that it's the hardest but also the easiest, you're just nicked right there.
Also, you have to win.
discounted.
The Chiefs have to win 3 games in a row.
That's it.
That's not hard to do. They have to win 3
Do you know
games
how many
in a
times
row.
they've done
2
that?
of them at home. So they get home field advantage for both of the big games, and then
Well,
they have to
number
go win one on a neutral site.
The number one seed's a hard because like the number one seed, yes, three games, but the
That-
Chiefs
dude,
have this.
that-
But you also like the first game is against the worst team remaining in the playoffs.
They
You know
have
what
to
I mean?
show up for a combined 9 hours to win a Super Bowl. 9 hours is all it takes. 6 of those hours are in your own backyard. You sleep in your own bed every single night for 2 straight weeks, getting ready for that one game for 3 hours. You have 6 days to prepare for 3 hours of a game. You're sleeping at home the whole time, going to your same facility,
And then you get
seeing the same people, going through the same routine, and you got to do that twice, and then go to a neutral site
Then you hop
and,
on a
and win
PJ
one big
and-
game.
yeah.
And then I feel like I need to go into my argument now on the hockey, but
you can.
I said I'd let Jack poke holes in yours as well. So
The other holes I would poke is the fact that you said anything can happen every single, but all you have to do, like Pat said, is just win
all you have to do. Like
Is win 3 games,
Mahomes is a bit of an anomaly. Obviously, as we know, you don't really have a three-peat. But naturally, I think winning a Super Bowl is the hardest thing to do. I just do. I think it's hard to win fucking 4 games any given Sunday.
Bro.
You don't even, like, when was the last time you watched a hockey game?
I literally went to the Stanley Cup. I played hockey when I was younger. Do not fucking pull this dumb shit, all right?
I was defending you. You're a Panthers
Don't get me
guy.
wrong. I'm not saying it's easy to win it. I will say basketball, I think, is easiest probably to win.
Well, NBA is just
NBA is a joke.
But when it comes to hockey,
I think we can all like nod our
when
heads
it
in
comes to
agreement
hockey, when it
that-
comes to 7-game series, you have 7 games.
Okay, well,
the best game, the best
No,
team.
you're not allowed to poke holes in my argument before I give my argument.
The best team,
That's not how it works.
Majority of the time is going to come out on top.
That's so not true in hockey. Like of all sports, that's the
I
least
just said a
true.
majority of the time.
Hockey and base. Like, so
Okay,
there's
wait,
3
Jack, you
sports.
go on March Madness now because I want to start
but
yelling about hockey.
I want
and
to
I'm
do this
like,
for you guys real quick. There are
March-
out of the
March
the 4 big American sports, 3 of them you have to win 7-game series to do it, and 2 of those 3 are like anyone can actually win that series. Any given one. I'm just gonna put that out. All right.
Yes.
Why I think March Madness is the hardest because you have to win. I think it's 6 or 7 games in a row. 6 or 7 games in a row, and like Adam said, with football, anything can happen in any given game. And it's the more you get on, I guess the more you move on, the more competitive it is with every single team, which is like every round of the playoffs for every sport. But I think March Madness, having to win 6 or 7 games in a row in college, in college is different than the pros where they're much more polished and everything. The pros, like you kind of know what you're gonna get every time. You got no fucking clue what you're gonna get in March Madness with any team. So I think it's a lot harder to win 6, 7 games in a row, and none of them are
But
at
it's
home.
normally a top 2 seed.
It is normally,
So the best team.
but
Just like every sport, though. The fucking Dodgers just won the World
Yeah, I mean, we
Series.
got Chiefs, Eagles.
If
It's
the Chiefs,
the one-
yeah,
yeah,
Chiefs,
Commanders.
Eagles is
got-
what, top
we
teams.
just got the Commanders make a fucking run and be 1 game away.
Okay,
Yes,
what
but
about
they-
the
but
they
Final
didn't
Four
win
runs
it.
with,
and then they
like,
lost
George
by
Mason?
30. So like teams making it to the
Yeah.
Elite 8 that then get skunked by the number 1 seed is kind of what
It's
you
the
just
same
said.
thing.
But the other thing to argue against
mine
you,
is basically yours is that it has double the games and more.
what I was going to argue against you though is that in March Madness there is such a higher chance of getting a cakewalk to the Final Four. Like if
Yeah,
you have
because
that
there's
one
so many
big
other
upset,
games that can happen.
now you might be
Yeah.
playing a Washington State in the 3rd round, and you're Kentucky playing this mid-major team. I know Washington
But
State's
it's
not
also one of
mid-major,
those
but-
things where it's like, fuck, what if you just run into a team that gets really
Yes.
hot? Like you find that happening.
SDSU.
Yes. So I don't know who I'd say. I honestly think March Madness. I think the Super Bowl is one of the easiest ones to win.
I think it's
You have to win 3
besides
games.
the
You
NBA
have to
title,
execute.
I think it's
Yeah.
the easiest one.
Like football is all about execution. Like
So my argument on hockey is I think we can all agree it's the most physically demanding out of all of these championships. You are
By a mile.
going full tilt 100% every shift, 20
fucking
minutes a game,
skates.
and you're on skates, you're getting bodied on every possession, and you got to do that in 4 7-game series. So there's a chance that you play 28 games over the span of 2 months where you're traveling every 3 days. You're traveling to wherever that game may be. You're sleeping in hotel rooms. You got to show up in a facility you're unfamiliar with and bring the same level of attention, hustle, and focus to every single game, practice,
and while your body
and
is
shift.
just fucking hurt.
And then when you see the injury report that comes out after the Stanley Cup champion is crowned, and it's like, oh, this guy was playing with a torn ACL. This guy was playing with a broken elbow. This guy was playing with a split skull. And it's just these guys that put their fucking bodies on the line to win a championship. And I know that happens in every sport, but hockey is undoubtedly different. The energy in a hockey playoffs is different. And the level of chance that is also involved in hockey of bad bounce here, bad call by the ref here, you get the power play. Hockey is the flukiest of all the 4 major sports.
I would say
in America.
hockey, even every goal that is ever scored is somewhat of just luck.
There's a lot of luck involved. So you're saying like it's a 7-game series, the best team's going to win every single time. My New York Islanders took the Tampa Bay Lightning to 6 and 7 games in the Eastern Conference Finals in back-to-back
so
years.
much better than
and
you
the
guys.
Lightning were a billion times more talented than the Islanders. We just played gritty, we played good defense, we blocked shots, and we had good goaltending. Go ahead.
I had 2 things that popped in my head as to why I was wrong, and you're right.
Oh,
Wow. Holy shit, this never happens. Go, please. I'm all ears.
Well, the first one is like I was just looking up stats on ChatGPT. I wanted to know how many times a higher seed wins than a lower seed, and out of all the ones that we've argued, hockey's higher seeds win about 50% of the time.
So
That's
it's
it.
50-50.
Now, as you get to the conference finals, it actually jumps to 65%.
Yeah.
But that one I was drastically wrong about. Yeah, it was tough.
Wow,
And
look
the
at
other
that.
one, you brought up the Islanders example, and I literally had 2 years ago, I think it was, the Florida Panthers were an 8 seed and went
Yep.
to the Stanley Cups.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, like
And that's not
that
unheard of.
No, I
happens.
was wrong. I was
Like
wrong.
the LA Kings, I remember, they like swept everyone.
Shut up.
Sorry, is that sensitive?
First,
Pat.
the Sharks won the President's
yeah,
Trophy.
oh yeah,
and
they got
fucking
4-0'd, right?
Hey, man, I was wrong. You were right. I'm
It's
sorry.
up. Wow, look at that.
Yeah, I know.
So tell us what you think. I feel like I won that argument.
Yeah.
Tyko, wait, I want.
But I will say
Tyko's
this.
a hockey
100%
boy
hockey.
too.
It's
Like,
100%
Yeah.
hockey.
I stand by the 7-game series argument. But the thing is, I think it is hard to win a Super Bowl.
Yes.
I'm not going to say I will not
think-
say it's the easiest. I will not. I will not.
The NBA
The
is
NBA
easy.
is
do
fucking
you guys?
easy.
How would you rank the 4 in terms of hardness? I think it would go
I would go.
hockey, baseball, football,
I don't
basketball.
know.
I would
about
agree with
baseball.
that.
I think the World Series is way harder. To
I
win
think
than
the
that.
NBA is such a goddamn joke. I'm so
I hate the
uninterested in
NBA.
it.
You want to know what's funny about the NBA?
But if the Knicks are really
I'm
good.
just going to back
Well,
you up.
I get all the way in on the
The Nuggets
Knicks,
are not
yeah.
like a top 2 seed right now at all, and the Nuggets are still going to find
Yeah.
a way to probably get to the championship.
or at least the Western
or
Conference.
know
the
what?
Mavs or something because it's just
You know what
championship
gets me
pedigree
so
and
pissed about the
superstars.
NBA? And
I don't
this
think-
doesn't
I don't
happen
believe
in
in the Thunder.
I mean, it happens in
the
baseball
Cavs.
sometimes, but in the NBA, what I keep noticing is it's like one team gets out to a 70-54 lead, and it's into the midway through the third, and the other team like stops fucking trying.
Yeah, they don't
they're
give a
like,
fuck.
we gotta live to see another day.
You wanna
and
know-
then you get these scorelines. They're like 135-102, and I'm not interested in watching.
I'm not
that.
trying to make this into an NBA podcast right now, but I'm just going to take a second and talk about the NBA. I don't know if anyone saw that Adam Silver was saying that they are considering making it 10-minute quarters as if
Real
that will solve
convenient.
the fucking
What's that
issue
gonna
that's
solve?
going on
real
in the NBA.
convenient
How
as
about you
LeBron
take-
is leaving. Nobody's gonna touch his records ever. Huh?
love that,
Agenda?
actually.
Hidden fucking agenda.
Yeah,
I kind of love that.
smart.
Funny. That's not going to solve their issues at all.
I
There's
also
too
don't
many
think
games.
that'll happen.
That's your issue. I don't
should
care.
cut to
Work
41.
it out with the fucking cable providers.
They should.
I don't even know why they're still
Opening
cable
day,
providers.
Opening day should be Christmas.
Yes.
It's
Amen.
ridiculous.
Amen.
The
But-
problem
but-
is
but-
that they'll never, ever
They'll
ever
never do that. But
No.
even still, if they move it to Christmas, that doesn't change. Well, are you saying all the games that were prior to Christmas, it just they don't. There's
Yeah,
they
They
don't
don't
exist.
exist.
Exactly.
Just
They don't
start
exist.
it.
Start it.
60-something games.
That
start at
that might that'll
Christmas.
help.
Do you guys remember
Like-
the NBA lockout year?
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was
great.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
That was one of the best years of
And the guys
basketball.
gave a fuck.
Yeah.
It felt like the guys were actually playing for
Every
someone.
game mattered a lot more.
I'm be real. I'm a big baseball guy, but like when baseball, it was what I think it was 60 games they played. Not even.
Yeah,
it was
no,
40.
I'm a
that was
base-
the 60s. And I watched every Giants game.
I'm a baseball sicko. I fucking love that there's
Like,
162
and
games.
that was a year where the Cubs were the one seed. I was living in Chicago. We were watching every game. It
That's
was
what I'm
so
saying.
fun.
Like with
Can
baseball,
I-
it's such a religious experience for me, just every single day. Yeah, just watching Gary
Can
Keith and Ron
I
talk about the
glaze
Mets.
Pat again and say I was wrong again?
Yeah, please
Oh.
keep glazing.
Because I just was like,
Oh,
let's take it a
please.
step further. What's the hardest American sport championship to win and back it up with stats? And obviously it started with the NHL and Stanley Cup. But it's had one playoff length and games played. The example they gave from physical toll and injuries was Zdeno Chara played Game 5 of the 2019 Stanley Cup with a broken jaw.
Yep.
I mean, that's
That's
a
awesome.
sport
That's
with
like
people
baby
playing
shit.
through
Yeah,
injuries.
that's
Yeah,
nothing.
Broken jaw,
It
like they
has
come
the
back out
lowest
in the same
repeat
game.
champion rate, which I think is interesting.
It has the most
The
repeat.
lowest repeat champion rate. Winning back to
It's
back championships is a
impossible.
strong
I was like,
indicator of
when was the last time
difficulty.
you even saw that?
Yeah. Ready?
Tampa won back to back, but the New York Islanders are arguably the greatest team of all time.
How many-
They won
how
4
many-
straight Stanley Cups.
How many back-to-back
They
Stanley
won
Cup
19
winners?
straight playoff series.
How many back-to-back Stanley Cup winners do you think there's been in the
Well,
last
there
25
were-
years? Sorry.
There was Tampa Bay did it, and to
did
my
Boston?
Boston, I don't think the Penguins did it.
They did.
The Penguins, I think, did it in
And those are the only
2010 and
two?
11.
Did they
yeah,
do
and
it?
that's it.
Oh,
Bang,
shit.
fucking ball know, right?
It was actually-
I know
you
so
guys are
much
every-
about
you guys are
sports.
every other
every
year.
other
It was
year for
2016,
3 years.
17, but you were close.
Close enough. They
5
won
years
in
off.
yeah. The
I didn't
Bruins
realize
did.
they
was
won
12,
back-to-back
14,
that
baby.
recent.
And then the Super Bowl 8 repeat winners since 1990. NBA Finals, there are more repeat winners than any league.
Baseball had
And
the
then the
Yankees win
series,
5 in
the
a
World
row.
Series, there's no repeat winner since 2000.
Yeah, but that was after the Yankees won 5 in a row. They won from
Base,
like 96 to
baseball and
2000.
hockey by far the most parity though.
Yeah.
like easily.
So it's because they have the hard
So-
caps.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. It makes sense.
Well, baseball doesn't have a cap.
No cap
None at all.
Interesting.
or floor. Yeah, just pay
Well,
it.
no, but that is what makes hockey. That's what I was gonna say about hockey.
Hockey's the fucking best.
Well,
I
yeah,
love
final
hockey.
verdict on hockey. Most games required.
Yep.
It's the most physically demanding. It's the most unpredictable. Lowest rate of back-to-back winners. And I'll suck your dick, Pat.
Dude, I think ChatGPT ripped my argument. That's like everything I said. They were just
Thanks.
listening in and then spit out the same information.
Yep, I was wrong.
I've had that argument many times before, so that's
I've
why
had
I
it
came
too,
like,
and
very well
I could have
prepared.
sworn I had a better one in the 7-game series. Made sense to me, but then you can't argue with someone who doesn't have an opinion.
What else do we have right
the
now?
biggest thing to me in the argument was what I was saying about the Chiefs have been living in Kansas City since week 17 of the
Yeah.
regular season and have not left the city of Kansas City for the last month and a half.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And just same facility, same bed, same coaching staff, like same trainers. Everything's the same. There's no variable.
Yeah.
It's show up, work your ass off, focus on these 2 opponents that you're going to have in the
It's
entire
insane,
playoffs.
yeah.
You're probably going to face the Bills and you're going to get a team you'll steamroll. And then it's like just lock in for the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. It's a cakewalk.
It really is, actually.
And hockey, like anything can, like you could play 2 games and be like, our entire system's wrong. We need to flip it on its head, put this goalie in, change up the
Hockey's so
lines.
sick, man.
It rules. I love hockey.
Let's bring it back
I'm
to
also the
football for
Islanders
one
have won
last
6
talk.
in a row, so I'm about to buy back in. We just jumped the Rangers in the standings. Come on.
Hey, congrats on that.
Yeah. I
on.
sent
Aren't the Rangers terrible, Rose?
so ass. I sent.
So you guys aren't that.
No,
much
we're not
better.
great. We were terrible, and we won 6 in a row, and we're still 5 points out of a playoff spot. But I sent the screenshot to Avery, AJ, and Alex, and I was like, damn, I didn't realize you guys were this ass.
One last.
Macklin Celebrini's really cool for the Sharks.
Gotta love that.
Let's bring it back to football.
36
I know,
points.
yeah, we're just talking sports
Yeah,
now.
we're just going
Did you guys
all
see
over.
those hole-in-ones by Shane Lowry and Rory McIlroy?
Dude,
Those are
sick.
sick.
Yeah.
It was sick.
You didn't see
Rory
it all.
dunked it.
Huh?
Dunked it.
Yeah, the
dude.
dunk
I
was
gonna say that.
cool.
The
Straight
dunk
in.
was sick.
No,
Even
I
though
know,
he
but like,
went
actually,
put it
I
in.
know he put.
it
Yeah,
didn't
it's
bounce.
sick.
Like,
Yeah, yeah.
Like it didn't bounce. The ball
I know.
landed
I
straight
saw
into
that.
the cup.
It's crazy.
No, you didn't.
He dunked it.
No, you didn't. You know where Shane Lowry's 3 hole-in-ones are?
16 at Augusta.
TGL.
16 at Augusta.
16 at Augusta, 7 Pebble, and
you got this.
It was
Most iconic par 3 you could probably think of.
Well, I was
Of
12.
course. It's in.
It
I
wasn't-
was in,
Come on.
come on.
I've played
Oh,
there.
17
17
Sawgrass.
at
17
Sawgrass. I
yeah.
knew that,
Yeah.
dude.
He's honestly
Adam's killing me in the background.
I know.
Had that.
Adam, you know when he's missing though.
Waste management, and we're betting on it.
16 there and
16 at
12 at
Waste Management
Augusta.
and 12 at Augusta. Yep.
What happened at 12 at Augusta, Adam? What's like a really famous Masters moment?
It was
that
recent.
happened at
It was
number
recent.
12?
It was recent.
It was like in the last 10 years.
Yeah. What was that?
God, who was the golfer that had that
Tyko,
huge
you remember, right?
meltdown? No, but because you remember.
Do I though?
This is like
I hope I'm thinking-
I start with a J.
Yeah, okay, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I think it's some of the J. Yeah.
Yeah.
Basketball player.
Yeah, no.
Like one of the greatest
hook 'em,
basketball players
hook
of
'em.
all time.
Go Texas.
Yeah, Texas. I know.
Last
yep.
name rhymes with Heath.
Spieth. Jordan Spieth.
Yeah. The meltdown on
The
12.
meltdown on 12, dude. It's
Man, it
crazy.
put so many in.
You can't have a meltdown on 12.
Where did he put so many balls into?
Texas.
The
obviously.
water.
No, into.
Oh, you were talking about at Augusta.
Yeah, on number 12,
Well,
that-
of course, on number 12, you put it in the water.
Yeah, but it's like the creek.
Yeah,
Obviously,
the creek.
Not
Why
really,
would you
like-
want to do that in the creek? They don't go swimming anymore.
I want the Mets to trade for Dylan Cease.
This is
I got one
actually
Super Bowl
fucking
talk.
so dumb. This is
I got
so
one
dumb.
Super Bowl talk though.
Okay.
This is the last thing because I thought about this morning. I didn't see this anywhere, and I am very curious to know your guys' thoughts. I think this Super Bowl is more important for Jalen Hurts than it is Patrick Mahomes.
Really?
And the reason for that is because not a single person in the NFL, and that being fans, will ever bring Jalen Hurts up as potentially in that top 5
I didn't even have him
from a
in my top 10.
majority standpoint.
He'll get mentioned every
He'll
once
get
in a
mentioned,
while.
and you'll have diehard Eagles fans say he deserves to be in that 5. But
But no
I would
one ever
say
will put him there.
just about 90% of NFL fans would say the top 5, and I can give you the 4. Whoever you put at 5 is a different conversation. But you're going to have Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen there. So whoever 5 is, fuck if I know. But the thing is, there would be only right now, there's only 4 active quarterbacks in the NFL that
Name 'em,
have a
Jack.
Super Bowl.
Okay, who have won a Super Bowl? You got Patrick Mahomes,
Yes.
Russell Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Rodgers,
And
and
Matthew
him earlier.
Stafford.
Matthew Stafford.
Bang.
Exactly. So those are the
I don't know
only
why I
4.
forgot
And if
about
Jalen Hurts can join that company and be that 5th spot there,
All four of those guys, Hall of Famers.
Yes.
No doubt. They're getting the gold
the
jacket.
Jalen Hurts resume would then look like this, outside of being having the most rushing touchdowns by any player over the last couple of years. He would have then outplayed Patrick Mahomes in a Super Bowl. He would have had a Super Bowl already.
That's what, and no one's gonna. When you talk about Jalen Hurts and how good he is, no one brings up that he did outplay
ever,
Patrick Mahomes
and he
in
had a
that
Super Bowl, and he had an MVP season. So
Well,
you kind of
Did he win one?
He did
No,
not
he
win
didn't,
an MVP.
but
You can't
he-
say he had an MVP season.
No, he had it. What do you mean?
I was like, wait a minute.
What do you mean? You're going to say that with Lamar Jackson this year? He could have
No,
won it.
you
He could've
can't.
easily won.
No, but you cannot.
That's a good
phrase
point.
it.
That is
What
a
do you
good
mean?
point.
We're 100% going to say Lamar Jackson should have for many years
I'm
to
not
come.
going to say Brock Purdy had an MVP season
Because
because he didn't win
he-
MVP.
Well,
He got third place.
It's a little
in
bit
MVP.
different between what
Hey,
he
he got third place in MVP voting. He got third place MVP voting. Is that what we're going to consider?
Is that an MVP season? All of
Yeah, because that's what
Jalen Hurts
Hurts
had
got.
an MVP season. The point is that if Jalen Hurts
That's
wins
exactly
this,
right.
if Jalen Hurts wins this Super Bowl, he deserves to be talked about in that conversation. Now, I won't put him there, but I think it is monumental for Jalen Hurts, a dual threat quarterback, a rushing quarterback, someone that cannot throw the ball as well, to add a Super Bowl to his legacy and join elite company of Matthew Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, and Patrick Mahomes. And then you add on top of that, he is one of the only quarterbacks to take down Patrick Mahomes in the fucking Super Bowl. To me, that's legendary.
That's a big
That's
feather
why
in
it's
your cap.
monumental.
I disagree, just like wholeheartedly.
I also disagree.
Because three-peat. Three-peat's never been done in the NFL. Never been done in NFL history.
Be pretty monumental.
Tom Brady never did it. He had a repeat once, but he
if Pat-
never three-peated.
Joe Montana
Joe Montana never did.
never did it.
But if Patrick Mahomes doesn't win this, no one's going to bat a fucking eye.
But that doesn't.
True,
I'm saying
true.
as far as
'Cause he's
think
gonna be
about-
right
think about
back
Jalen
next
Hurts,
year.
When I think of legacy, Jalen Hurts is. In my opinion, he's never going to be talked about as one of the greats ever.
No.
He's
I
never
agree
going
with
to.
you, but then if he gets a Super Bowl,
But what we're going to be doing for the next 50 years, the rest of our fucking lives, all we're going to be doing is yapping about how great Patrick Mahomes was. He was better than Tom Brady. He was the best quarterback we've ever seen. No one's ever going to bring up Jalen Hurts in any conversations like that. Why a three-peat is important for Patrick Mahomes is there's something you did that literally no one else has ever done.
and what happens when they say, "Oh, why didn't he three-peat that year? Who was the quarterback that did it? It was Jalen fucking Hurts."
so my main argument
Trent
against
Dilfer won a Super Bowl, brother.
my main
different
argument against your
era,
point here,
brother.
Adam,
that dude
is
didn't even. He had what 10 passes that
he did
Super
win
Bowl.
one.
this isn't Jalen Hurts' Super Bowl to win. It's Saquon Barkley's. No one is going to look at this Super Bowl and be
That's
like,
fair.
"Wow, Jalen Hurts put the team on his back and
unless
led them
Jalen
to the
Hurts
Super Bowl."
goes and throws for 300.
But let's
But
be
he's
real.
not-
That's not
their
what's
game
going to
plan.
happen. That's
Yeah.
not
Well,
the game plan.
there
And
is-
this is Saquon Barkley's Super Bowl run.
There's
Everyone's going to remember it as Saquon Barkley's.
That's fair, but there's a scenario out there where Saquon does get stifled by arguably the best rush defense in the NFL, and then it becomes Jalen's game. I just think it's that's just how I feel, because again, no one's gonna bat a fucking eye if Patrick Mahomes loses when he goes right back to the Super Bowl next year and wins it
But
again.
I still think it's like maybe there's more pressure on Jalen Hurts, I think, obviously, than Patrick Mahomes. 'Cause
Oh, I disagree. I think the pressure's all on the Chiefs. You don't think
that makes it seems like it's
more monumental for Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
There's
no
more pressure.
monumental.
be-
I didn't say who's. What do you mean? I didn't say who's like. Let me hold on. Let me think. Don't give me
Yeah.
the look. Don't give me the look.
no, because your argument's not adding
You
up
felt
now.
like that last statement kind of felt like you're on my side.
Well, no.
If there's
'cause
more
I
pressure
think
on Pat
pressure and
Mahomes,
monument.
then that means that this means more to his legacy
Yeah.
than it does for Jalen Hurts and his
Okay, then
legacy.
it's not. There's more pressure on Jalen Hurts
Why? Why is that, Adam?
because I
it
can't
supports
support
my
it.
argument.
I can't. Yeah, I can't support that one. I just can't.
I was gonna say maybe there's more pressure on Jalen Hurts because if he
I-
can't get over the hump twice, then that's a big issue.
Look, I'm separating the two. All right, I believe I think it would be more monumental for Jalen Hurts. Yes, to your point, I think there is more pressure on the Chiefs to win because of the three-peat
is that what we're
scenario.
saying is monumental now? Because if we're saying
That was-
monumental,
that was my-
the three-peat is far more monumental.
Who
than
does it
just
mean
Jalen Hurts
more
winning a Super
to? I
Bowl.
feel was the
That was what you said first.
think that might have
Monumental's
been
a
what you
different
said.
story.
I just don't think anyone's going to bat an eye if Patrick Mahomes loses and goes.
I need
back
to
next
do
year.
a temp check on us again because I think this is a worthwhile thing to do every episode. Who are we rooting for? Chiefs or
Eagles.
Eagles?
I'm Eagles now.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, why is that?
The more videos I see of Eagles fans just being absolute scumbags to peaceful Commanders fans leaving that stadium,
That's fair.
the more and more I cannot
That's
fathom
fair. But
wanting to see the
what
city
about
of Philadelphia
the Eagles
win a
fan
Super
that
Bowl.
died?
Don't.
Do you?
No comment. No comment.
Okay.
No
You were
comment.
happy about that, weren't you?
No, of course not.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Oh,
Come on.
I think there's reasons for it. I just flip flop all the time, but like I got hammered with Saquon Barkley one night, so if he wins Super Bowl MVP, it would be pretty fucking cool to be like, hey, I partied with the Super Bowl MVP. That was sick. Our friend Yaz, her boyfriend, the father of her child.
I'm gonna blur the whole thing.
Yeah,
You're-
please
you're
stop that shit.
I blurred the whole
Stop
thing.
doing that shit. Fucking take it out.
Adam's also.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm telling like
I'm
Are you really?
Well, now the whole thing's blurred. Now the whole thing's blurred, so it's fun.
just take it out. Like that's not cool.
I just can't. Dude, fuck Philly. I fucking hate Philly and every person in that city. So give me Kansas City. I don't. Dude, the people of Kansas City are probably nice. I don't know.
You
They're
know what?
From the Midwest.
I've weirdly, you know what I've weirdly thought is like I'm not supposed to. I'm not allowed to like the Eagles, but fuck, I I want to like be able to be a Philly fan because I think it'd be so fun to be part of it. I think it'd be so fun to be
I
part
just want to
of
be
it.
a part of winning.
I think they've taken
All
their
I
bit
want.
too far. Their bid used to be commendable, funny, and as a sports fan, I supported
They've
it.
become more
That's
assholes
fair. Okay,
lately. That's
hold
fair.
on. That's a fun conversation because
Yeah.
I think that is a point that we don't hear enough.
It's without a doubt. They think that since they have
Who?
Philly fans think that since they have the reputation of being these scumbag fans, that it gives them the license and green light to be the worst people on earth.
Oh, like that one guy, you dumb ugly cunt.
Yeah, like that's not nice. There's a difference between like chirping people, which I do at games. It needs to go both ways. Like I love chirping opposing fans, and they chirp back, and then at the end you have a good laugh, you give them a dap,
Such a
and you
good
say,
point.
"Enjoy the night, have a good one,
you
brother."
drink a beer with them,
These
hang out.
fucking assholes. You got Commanders fans walking out of the stadium, heads down, sulking, engaging with nobody, just
After having an amazing
just
year,
wanting
too.
to get to their car, and these Philly fans are like taking hats off their head,
Abusing 'em.
getting in their face, motherfucking them up and down, and it's like you're allowed to if someone starts it, and
Also-
you're also allowed to chirp and
Also,
then walk the other way.
And if I would say if you're the Eagles and like let's say the Commanders were this huge favorite and the Eagles are the underdog and you take care of it, you whoop that huge favorite's ass. Maybe you have more of a right to actually do shit like that. You're not the underdog anymore. You just beat the shit out of a team you were
it's
supposed
a division
to beat the shit out
rival,
of.
so I like that is
But-
where I'll give them a
but,
little bit.
Like, there's
but-
not like I don't know. There's a division rival, but it's something about dogging on your little brother who hasn't done shit
Yeah.
for a while, who's been like literally
And
laughed
it-
at.
it's like, oh, you
it's
beat
like
your brother
now-
in wiffle ball for the
Imagine-
30th time.
yeah,
And
in
now
a
your
row.
little
like-
brother, he hit puberty and he's like succeeding finally in
Yeah.
his sports, and it's like cool. to
and
see.
he had to change
And now
his
you're
name
gonna
3
I just
times.
like people are gonna be like in the comments being like, oh, you bunch of soy boy bitches. Like there's no chirping left in sports anymore. And it's like I am all for chirping opposing fans when they come into your stadium.
Don't be like an
Within
actual
reason.
Within
douchebag.
reason, and then once the game is over, let them go home, man. You just beat them. They already want to die. No reason to just pour salt in the wound. Let them go home. The videos of Eagles fans have been rubbing me the wrong way.
I think if it was a close game and they won in some dramatic fashion, I can understand emotions are high. You do that shit.
It's
But
also if it's
that was
going
not
both
the- that
ways.
was not the-
Once
yeah.
it's going both ways, green light, gloves are off, no rules.
Yeah.
If you're motherfucking him just as hard as he's motherfucking you, and you want to throw hands at the end of it,
Do
you're,
it.
You're grown adults. Be my guest. I wouldn't do it personally,
But
when it's so one-sided and 10-on-1, it's just weird.
But I don't think that's just the Commanders game. That's just Eagles fans.
No,
at
that
this
it's
point.
just Eagles.
It's
But I'm
literally-
seeing these videos.
Well,
come out.
and I think what you're saying too is that like they think because like they have the reputation to be scumbag assholes, you can just do it all the time. and get away
Exactly.
with it. And that's not how it fucking works.
Yeah, like I like there was oh my god, there was this video of this fucking little trashy girl just like I'll beat the shit out of you to like this Commanders fan like oh, you want these fucking work, I'll beat the shit out of you, and it's like you wouldn't say that if it wasn't 30-on-1 because this guy would knock your socks off. Like it's
Or if there just
they
was
have
no-
such a fucking confidence in them that blows my mind.
Yeah,
It's-
no, I agree with that. I fully agree
Oh
with
god, they,
Honestly, fuck it. I'm rooting for the Chiefs now.
I'm rooting for the I'm no doubt rooting for the Chiefs. I hate Eagles fans. I hate them so much. That's all I got. Sorry.
There's so much agreement on this episode. Wow.
A lot of agreement on this
For
episode.
the
Yeah.
Eagles with
We
you.
call it alignment in the biz.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip flop.
I told Jack he's got to root for the refs, bro. Root for a clean game. Both teams get favored by the refs.
a clean called game. I don't want any bullshit. I don't want anyone to have any excuses why the Chiefs won, because that's what's gonna happen.
That's
Like,
a good point. I am rooting for the refs to have a great game.
Like
Have a
imagine, I just don't.
clean,
Yeah,
good
I don't want
game.
to. I don't want to see anyone bitching on either side about the refs.
I do
Now,
not-
There's going to be one call at minimum that someone's going to be
There
bitching.
is
or a
zero-
non-call.
There's a 0% chance that this game doesn't end with Eagles Twitter having their panties in a bunch
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, this call here,
Well,
that call
and
there."
here's what's gonna happen is
I'll
like
drive
the
it.
Chiefs play such clean football. But I bitched about
gotta
this
wrap.
last year. There were no offensive holding calls called on the Chiefs. There never has been in the Super
coached.
Bowl they've won.
Well
Yeah,
Just
that's
putting
a
that out
crazy
there.
stat.
So that, but that's not. And I bitched about that, and I was like, Nick Bosa got held down so many times. It's like, honestly, no. I just wanted something to fucking bitch at. Like,
Yeah, the last thing
the
people want to
Chiefs
do is
are-
hold themselves accountable.
Yeah, the Chiefs are a well-coached team. It's what they do. I don't want to hear any fucking bullshit about no. They didn't call any holdings. Like that happens every play. Shut up.
I just hate
I do want a very well refereed game. So when the Chiefs inevitably win again, we can just be like, hey, maybe let's just call it what it is. Patrick Mahomes is the fucking man.
Yeah.
Like it's not the refs. It's
Tom
not.
Brady.
You could bet on Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift at plus 750.
That's
Love that value.
It's
I feel like there's value there.
there's no.
Actually, I feel like that's bad value.
if they do that, if Travis Kelce proposes to Taylor
Be
Swift,
like Boise State winning the
I
Fiesta Bowl.
I genuinely think
Remember that, Tyko?
like he will become public enemy number one for how corny this motherfucker is.
And how staged the Super Bowl is.
It is. There is no shot
my God,
in
that would ruin the
fucking
internet.
hell they are allowing this to happen.
God, I kinda wanted to do it
pray
just
to
to troll the shit
fucking
out
God
of
they don't do
everyone,
that
though.
because I will have secondhand embarrassment and I have no relation to this scenario whatsoever.
You guys want a hot take out of me?
Yeah.
I rock with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
I love them.
I think it's awesome. You just brought together like the biggest superstar in America with the best tight end in America and made them be together. Like that is a definition of a power
And Travis
couple.
Kelce, and people started hating him because he started dating her. Before that,
Everyone loved
such a likable guy.
Yeah.
Like
And
one
like
of
the way he
most
got
likable
with Taylor
players in the
Swift, he was
NFL.
just like, yeah, like I'm kind of into her, but she keeps blowing me off.
I'll be honest. I don't dislike it anymore. I
way
don't
he
dislike it anymore because of he started dating Taylor Swift. I have nothing against Taylor Swift. I think she's greatness. I just think.
I don't even
Why
like
do
her
you
music,
suck
and
anymore?
I still like
Who's-
it.
Why do you
Who's-
suck? Why do you suck? Why'd you become such a bad football player now that
He's
you started to
36,
fuck?
bro.
He's old.
He's a 36-year-old tight end.
When he was 35, he was hooping.
Okay, all of a sudden people do fall off.
And also,
Okay,
let
like
me
Andy
hey,
Reid being able to walk.
newsflash, Adam, he'll have 100 yards and 10 catches and a touchdown in the Super Bowl. He's saving all that.
Do you
juice.
guys have any idea who you
I wanna
think-
wrap this episode.
Is
Yes,
there
we're
any
just
chance
yapping
that
now. We're going.
I was about to say, is there any chance that Taylor Swift roots for the Eagles though? That's her hometown
I know.
team.
I did see that. That would be an ultimate troll job. Who's Jason Kelce going to root for?
Oh, absolutely the
Eagles, yeah, no shot.
Because his wife, remember his wife, like
I know,
she's like,
diehard Eagles fan,
yeah,
yeah.
she's like, yeah, when we go and watch Uncle Travis in the Super Bowl,
Which I would
none
do
of
the
us
same.
are wearing.
I respect
Chiefs
that.
shit.
I respect
None of
that.
us.
Love Kylie.
You think he'll go maybe split jersey?
Who do you guys think Jordan Spieth?
I don't think he's gonna wear a
for
logo
Eagles.
of either kind.
I think he wants. What did you say about Jordan Spieth?
Who do you think he's gonna root for?
Well, he's a Cowboys fan from Dallas, so I'm assuming he's probably going to be rooting
Yeah,
for the
go for the
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Fucking 12.
What?
12?
Yeah, you don't remember.
whole 12,
you don't remember
yes,
12 hole?
yeah.
Fucking
yeah.
idiot.
Yeah, fuck.
Stupid.
What do you,
Fuck!
Adam? What if you had to just say like the top 3 par 3s in the world? What would you say?
Just repeat
Say,
what
we'll
we said
talk about it
earlier.
on Wednesday's episode.
No, we just repeat
No,
exactly
I know,
what
but
we
we've
said.
been on for a long time. I don't want to take up any more time.
That's
all we got.
Name one par 3 ever.
Dude. Augusta 12th hole.
Yep.
There you
It's a
go.
great one. It's a good
And that's
pick,
all
Adam.
we got for you folks. We'll do some more golf talk on Wednesday. As a reminder, play the big game challenge in the Betr app right now. Answer 6 questions, more or less, and have a shot at up to $10,000. It is Handshake Betch's game. Tyko behind the camera. Pat right there. Show them some love. Show us some love. It helps us out tremendously. Also, if you do go download Betr, use promo code CAPSOFF when you do.
Do it.
Because it helps us out.
Do it.
And as always, hit that follow button, share with your friends, because we are going to put a lot of money on no touchback because of who?
Nico Remigio.
Yeah, good
DM HSB_Pat, what you think my best round of golf will be this weekend. I'm playing 2 rounds, and whoever gets it exactly correct will get 20 Betr bucks.
Ooh,
Just for fun.
84.
Jack can't win.
84.
I'm hoping to break 80 this weekend. The game feels great.
All right, we'll see you on Wednesday.
You're gonna
Super Bowl
90s.
week, bitches.
Bye.
See ya.